Welcome to Nom Talk Network. I'm Jen, and today on Geek Juice, we're gonna get drunk off Easter eggs. One of my favorite takes on Easter is being able to do a Jello shooter inside those fantastic little Easter eggs for a 21 plus up crowd to enjoy. I'm gonna be taking you through a couple cocktails that I'm gonna do, as well as how to update your favorite cocktail into a Jello shooter, and then transfer those into those eggs. Okay, so for our first recipe today, we're gonna do an orange mimosa Jello shooter. So what I'm gonna take is my orange Jello, I'm gonna add in my champagne. Today I'm using an almond champagne, and then we're gonna taste test and see if we need a doctor with a little triple sec, a little vodka, and see where we go. For Jello, hot water goes first, at least mine does. So for my orange Jello, I'm going to take my packet, and I'm gonna get it straight in this pot. Oh, it's not a pot. I call everything a bucket. Welcome. And then we're gonna put our first hot water in. So it's usually a 1-to-1 ratio, but check what you got going on in your specific gelatin boxes, because they'll tell you. All right, and then I'm gonna whisk this guy until all of those granules dissolve. I know it's Jello, but it smells like Sunny D. Now, because I don't want to lose any of the alcohol content in my Jello shots, because then it's just Jello, I'm going to switch gears on you and switch into a different cocktail and let this sit up for just a second. Let that heat get some in there. All right. Now, one of my favorite takes on the Easter eggs is, like I said, you can craft your own cocktail. So what I'm going to use is unflavored gelatin today, and this one, unlike the orange, needs to get hit with cold before they eat it. So we are gonna take this guy, make a mess, and get him right in the bottom of my bowl. So for this guy, I'm going to do a Blackberry Sangria cocktail, and I need you to help me name it. All right, so I'm gonna do mostly my Blackberry Sangria. Today I'm using a common cider, and then I'm just gonna tippity top that puppy off with some moonshine. And then I'm gonna come back in here and give that a good little mix together. It's not, this one's not the prettiest color. It almost resembles vomit, but it is delicious. All right, so just like we gave orange a minute, we're gonna give blackberry a minute. We cracked a whole can. If you guys haven't picked up common cider, I highly recommend. So now that our orange, all those granules are gone away, it's still hot, but it's nowhere near the boil point anymore. So we did a cup of hot water, we're gonna do a cup of champagne. Okay, so mine smells pretty close to a mimosa. I prefer almond champagne, but you can use whatever you want. I don't know anything about champagne, and I like this one, is why I say like almond champagne. And then it still has some of those fizz in there, which is kind of fun. A little effervescence. Okay, so because I like pouring all at the same time, we're now gonna switch back. We're gonna take a break. The gelatin's not ready, so usually it needs a minute or two to set up, but I can tell right now it's gloopy, but it's not quite the consistency I want yet. So, I mean, I've forgotten this guy for 5 to 10 minutes before and then added your hot in, and it still works. Just maybe it's name brand or off brand that does the trick. But they say it's a great value, and it seems to be. Oh, it's starting to congeal. All right, so now that you've got a good congeal on it, like if you saw this water in the wild, you definitely wouldn't want to go into it. Like, that's the consistency you're looking for. And then you're gonna add in your hot water, and you're gonna get your whisk action in there. You gotta get it all gooped. Yes. Now, one of the fun things about this guy is I'll make some whipped cream, add some blackberries just straight in there, and add a little mousse on top. And then you've got a fun little side dessert as well as Jello sugar. But whipped cream in an Easter egg hunt does not hold up, so make sure to do that for your snacks afterwards, not during your hunt. I mean, or knock yourself out, have fun. Learn by doing. So now that we've got both of our drink mixes stirred up, we're going to, again, not burn ourselves, and we're gonna move on to the loaded portion. All right, so I'm just using these 2-ounce condiment cups, and I am not a coordinated nor a clean individual when I am in the kitchen, so I like to use my muffin tin so that I can just throw this in the dishwasher afterwards and call it a day. The trick with these guys, now if you want to do a normal Jello shot, I am a big proponent of filling all the way up to the top. But for an Easter egg shot, I recommend you go a little bit shorter because this is going to resemble this shape a little bit easier than if you were to fill it all up. This lip, here I'll show you one sec. So the bottom of this condiment jar is gonna fit just quite right in there, right? So when we take it out of here, the Jello will fit. But because this size is so much, when you actually come to close, you're gonna lose some Jello. Or you can try to be a ninja and put it up in the top, but again, not a coordinated individual, so I'm showing you my hack city. Now if you got more muffin pans, break those out. But what I would really recommend is not taking them out of the muffin tin until their little hats are on. Actually, now that I'm dreaming about it, this mimosa one might actually be good with the whipped cream too. A little creamsicle action. And almost any Jello shot can be done with straight vodka or adding in, doing some whiskey. A berry blue with some blueberry vodka is so... Champagne's a fun one because people don't usually expect it. So you can also do like a mimosa bar and a Jello shooter bar and have the flavors paired. So now I'm gonna pop these guys in my fridge after I load all of these. And you can leave them in your muffin tin, you can do whatever you want. But these are gonna need to set up. A quick set, if you're gonna get lucky, you can do probably 3 hours, but it does have alcohol, so it seems to set a little bit slower than a normal Jello. But I'm just a proponent of throw them in, make them midnight, throw them in the fridge, Easter morning, you're ready to go. Okay, so the next step after you get those fridged is patience. And after that, you're gonna come back with me. So now that we've got some of our jiggles all set up and ready to go, throw them everywhere. I would take your eggs. If you can find kitchen grade eggs, power to you. The reason why we don't load them straight in here is the little aeration holes. You'll drain your Jello right out and make a whole mess. I have tried the painter's tape over them so you can fill the whole bottom, but it ends up hit or miss for me. So this was much more slam dunk every single time. But with these, they're just plastic, right? So I'm gonna take them, I put them all in my hot water with bubbles of, I think I just used Dawn, and then just mix them all up, clean them up, call it a day. If you find dishwasher safe eggs, you send me that link immediately. You do not press go, you do not collect $200, you send Jen dishwasher safe eggs. Okay, so now that we have this little rant out, here is my trick. If you have a butter knife, that works too. I, for some reason, have these wonderful silverware that is just perfect for this. So you're gonna come in here and you're just gonna trace the little guy right around the edges, not tearing the Jello out at all, so no one will know that you spent this much time on this. And then once you get him freed in there, you're gonna put his little hat back on. You're gonna flip him over. And you're gonna take your Jello egg and you're gonna put them butt to butt. And voila, you're loaded. Is it M&M's? Is it a kick in the pants? You don't know. So if you've got a butter knife, that works too. I mean, I've seen people have massively awesome tricks on the way how to do this, but you know, it's a kitchen and there are no rules. It's quarantine still. Man, what am I gonna say when the rules come back? That's not gonna work out so great. Oh, he's a jiggly guy. I didn't want to let go. Voila! So you're always welcome to do your like blackberries in your purple and your mimosas in your orange and your fun berry blast in your blue, or however your lime in your green, whatever you like, or Russian roulette, suicide call, you do you and your cocktail hour. So you can make the normal Jello shot, you can hide these, people like them just the same. Eggs work as well. Okay, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and tell me what you want to see next. I'm gonna be sitting here getting drunk off Jello until you let me know. Oh my god, my Blackberry one. Oh. Make sure you have your brain before you try to record. How bad would it be if I just put these back? Surprise! Happy Easter, everybody!